Hello people, welcome to Gurukula. I'm Jai. So today in this video we will be talking about file upload vulnerability. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So if you have directly landed onto this particular video, I would like to let you know that this is a series of video lecture where we are discussing various vulnerabilities about the web application, and in the previous videos we have spoke about remote file inclusion vulnerability, and we have actually walked through the entire vulnerability and how it is being carried out. I will leave the link for the complete playlist in the description box below, and I recommend you to check that out. So here in this particular video we will be trying to understand what exactly file upload vulnerability is, and then we are going to walk you through the file upload vulnerability with the help of DVWA application. By using file upload vulnerability, we are going to establish a reverse shell connection so that an attacker can able to steal sensitive information, and he can do a lot of things which we will see in a couple of minutes. And then we will finally discuss what are all the defensive techniques so as to mitigate this file upload vulnerability. So first is first, what is file upload vulnerability? So a file upload vulnerability basically occurs when a web application allows any user to upload files to its server. So if this particular upload process is not properly validated or sanitized on the file content, file type, or the size, or even the file name, then the attacker can exploit the file upload vulnerability. So where actually this can happen? This particular vulnerability can happen at these places. So where an web application allows the user to change their profile picture, where the pictures has to be uploaded. So any form of script can be disguised in a form of JPEG image and it can be uploaded onto the server, where a user can upload any documents like resumes, CVs. Usually job portals will ask to upload the CVs in the form of PDF or in Word documents. So there these type of vulnerabilities can be found, and image galleries like Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, where you can upload your images. In content management systems, it's like LMS portal or like wherever you can upload the videos or your documents, something like that. And file sharing platforms like Google Drive. So this is basically wherever the user is uploading a file in any form, then there might be a chance of file upload vulnerability. So that can be exploited if the upload is not properly validated and sanitized. So what an attacker could do, he can actually able to perform a server side scripting. So instead of uploading a file, he can upload a script so that he can gain control over the server. He can able to perform a cross-site scripting attack where he can upload a malicious script and execute in the site so that he can get access to any information that is present on the server or during that particular session. And CSRF forgery, which we have already discussed in our previous videos, he can upload malicious files and trigger unauthorized action. And denial of service is actually happening because of uploading a large files so that all the server resources could be occupied so that it cannot able to serve the legitimate users. And data exfiltration is possible where he can upload malicious file to steal sensitive data. Like I can upload a script and then it can give me the session ID which I can create a different session as like an authenticated user, or I can exfiltrate the password file /etc/password by using a simple script, or sometimes I can upload a script which is sending me the user token, CSRF token. So anything that is possible, any sensitive information can be stealed if the input is not properly sanitized. And I can even create backdoor in the web application so that it can be accessed any point in time later on. So now it's time to get our hands dirty. Let's walk through. So here is our web application DVWA up and running. As you could see that I have already set my security level to low, and then all my services are running on. So what we are trying to understand here is file upload. Your file upload vulnerability is almost similar to file inclusion, except that you are uploading the file externally. So that is the only difference. Otherwise, whatever the file that you upload, the effect is going to be the same as we discussed in the file inclusion in the previous videos. So initially if you are following along, then this could be the error message which you are getting. Your PHP module GD is not installed. So what we can do is we can just install that first. Just follow along. So just give yes and proceed, and let's wait until this installation gets completed. So now the installation is over, and then you can just click on OK, just hit enter, and then you can keep the local version currently installed and hit enter. So once the installation process is done, now we should need to restart our Apache service. So the command is service Apache to restart, then hit enter, go for the password, and when you refresh the screen, I think this should go away. Yes, now the php.gd is completely installed, and now your Apache server is ready to accept the file uploads. So what we can simply do is, so here in this particular demonstration, what we are going to do is we are trying to upload a script which basically establishes a reverse shell connection from the web server to our listener. As usual, this is going to be our listener, and from the previous videos, we already know that there is an reverse shell script which is readily available in the Kali Linux. We are going to make use of the same thing. So let me just see what we have configured here. So, and this is the file. IP address is already configured, and this is set to establish a reverse shell in port number 3000. Okay, that's all good. So I will try to upload this file on the web server. Before that, we will just create an listener here. So I will start a netcat. So now my listener is listening on port number 3000. So what we can do is we can just simply upload the file. You just click on browse. Now the difficulty level is on low, so you can upload any file. There is no restriction on the file type which you are uploading. You can select which file you wanted to upload and then click on upload, and now you can see that this particular file has been successfully uploaded. So once this file has been successfully uploaded, now we want our web application to access this file. So to access this particular file, we are just going to use another vulnerability, that is file inclusion. I can just copy this link, where this is where actually our file got uploaded. Now I will go to file inclusion, and I will try to access this particular file. And so here we know the principles of how file inclusions work. In case if you have not watched the previous video, please do watch that for a better understanding. And then I will just type on this, then I will hit enter, and as you can see, as soon as the file has been accessed, that has actually created a reverse shell to our listener. So now I can actually list out the contents, and I can actually cat /etc. I can see the password file. So here is the password file. I have access to this particular password file, and then I can also check all other details, and from this I can enumerate to any point. So whoami is one command, so it is all there. So present working directory, it is actually in the root directory, so we can do anything that we need. I can escalate the privileges of any user. I can create my attack based on the requirement and then the attack objective. So this is how it actually works in the low level security. Now we can actually exit this reverse shell so that the connection will be closed. And as you can see that this is done, and then we can come back to file upload, and this time what we can do is we can just increase the level. We can go for the medium level security, and we will see what implementation has been done. You can click on medium level security and you can submit. Now the security level is at medium, and you can again go for file upload, and in the file upload, before uploading that, we can just see the page source so that we can see what it is accepting. So this is the page source. We will see what is the criteria for any file upload. So here actually it is first checking for is it an image. So it actually basically checks three type. One is the name, type, and then the size. So these are all the information which is fetched from the uploaded file. So first it checks whether it is an image. So it should be in the form of image slash JPEG, or it should be in the form of PNG, and the upload size should be less than this many bytes. Okay, that is fine. Okay, it is just trying to check if the uploaded file is image or not. So what we can simply do is we can simply rename the file as JPEG and then we can try. So what I will do is I will just land on to that desktop file. So cd, so here it is. When we actually see, we have a reverse shell. What I will do is I will copy this php reverse shell as I will just rename it as test file dot jpg. I will save that as jpeg and then I will save that. So now actually when you look at that particular folder, you will have a JPEG file as well, and now we can upload this particular file. So now our PHP script is in the form of JPEG, and before that we can just create a netcat session, that is our listener. This is going to be on the same port. It is listening, started listening. So we can come back to our web application, and as you can see that the security level is set to medium, and we can upload the file. We can just browse it and we can select the test file this time, and then I will upload this. And now this particular file has been successfully uploaded, and as usual we will try to access this by using file inclusion technique. So I will go to the first file where the page is equals to PHP, and then I will click on enter. Okay, since the security level is medium, I think it is just escaping this sequence. So what we have to do is we will just have to add some more characters. So double dot, so put it another slash. You can also add another double dot and then put some more slash. So even if some characters is removed, it still has that escape sequence, and then when you press enter, yes, the file has been captured, and actually you can see that we got the script here. The script got executed, and then now we got a reverse shell access. So similarly you can type in cat slash etc slash password, and I have access to the password file. So this is what actually the file upload vulnerability is. If the file upload vulnerability is not properly, the file what the user is uploading is not properly sanitized, then we can able to exploit these type of vulnerabilities. So I think that is what in the medium mode, and even at the difficulty level I think you will have to change the, so the base name is there, that we can discuss in the higher level of discussions. So that we will discuss later on. So basically this is what actually the file upload vulnerabilities are, and this is how it is exploited. So now it's time to discuss the defensive techniques. So these are all the various defensive techniques to mitigate the file upload vulnerabilities. So basically the input validation is necessary, and file renaming, you cannot even though the user uploads the file in any name, it has to be renamed and then it has to be stored in an secured area. So file isolation is required. We will have to store all the uploaded file in an isolated directory. That directory should have restricted permissions, and content disposition, we will have to set the content disposition header to attachment, so that the web applications will not automatically execute the files. So that is one defensive technique we can implement, and regular security security audits, which is applicable for almost all of the vulnerabilities, and web application firewalls will stop this particular vulnerability to certain extent. So that's all about this particular video. In this video we spoke about what exactly file upload vulnerability is, and then we just walked you through the file upload vulnerability with the help of DVWA, and we have successfully established a reverse shell connection from the server to our client, and we have also discussed the various defensive techniques to mitigate the file upload vulnerability in a web application. So in our next video we will be talking about how insecure captcha vulnerability can be exploited. So stay tuned. I'm going to see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Jai and happy learning.